Welcome everyone to my kitchen. I'm Belinda here, and today I am going to show you how I do my just basic, nothing fancy pork chops. Today we're having pork chops. We're having mashed potatoes. Some call them cream potatoes, but in my house they're mashed potatoes. We're having some carrots, so I'm just going to show you the basic. Again, nothing fancy, very easy to do fried country pork chops. So what I do is I put 1 egg, and we need salt, some pepper, and I like to use a little bit of milk. I'm going to whip that up. That's just 1 egg, a little bit of milk, salt, pepper, and this is going to be your mixture to dip your pork chop in. And what I like to do, my pork chops are very thick. My grandson thought we was going to have pork chops on the grill, and I said, no, too cold out here in Indiana. So you want to salt and pepper your chops on both sides. This had a little bit of fat on it, and I went ahead and trimmed some of the fat off of these chops. But we like the bone in the chop. Now, I don't know, seems like that bone just gives it extra flavor. So I've got that salted and peppered really well. And you want to put about a cup and a half. Oh, and today I found these at the dollar store. They're collapsible measuring cups. I don't know how well they'll hold up, but I thought if they hold up, they just fit real well in a drawer. I've got a lot of measuring cups, but hey, for the price, they were only $4. So anyway, let's see how well they hold up. Pretty good. So I've got a cup of flour. Hopefully that'll be enough for, well, I better put a little bit more in there, because I got a lot of pork chops here. Bear with me, I'm going to go turn my stove on and get this oil heated up. So what you're going to do is you're going to dip the pork chop in the egg and milk, and then pat that down in the flour. I use all-purpose flour, and really mash it in there. Now I know y'all out there know how to make pork chops, and I'm sure there's that one person that doesn't know how. So I'm just showing you how I do it in my kitchen. My pork chops are normally not as thick, but this is what I found at the store the other day. Seems like meat and everything is getting so scarce. Be sure to keep patting that down. Flip them over 2 or 3 times. And I just shake that flour off. I've got about 6 pork chops. that I'm going to do. I got teenage boys. I got a grandson that's going to be 13 on the 7th. That was my father's birthday. And then I got a grandson that's going to be 15 on the 17th. So they can eat like a man. They can eat like a horse now. I know we get tired of, we don't eat out a lot, but usually on the weekend, we'll go grab pizza or something, whatever they want to do. Okay. So I got these done. I'm going to move these over. I'm going to wash my hands here and get this flour off of them. So I'm going to move you over here and see, so you can see what I'm doing. Let me move you down here. Hope y'all can see that. Got my iron skillet. It's been heated up. I'm going to put some oil in there. Be sure to put enough oil in your pan that it'll come up over the sides of the chops. Still can't think. There we go. Now I'm going to let this heat up. I've got my carrots going. Potatoes boiling. This is just your basic fried pork chops. I'm also going to do some white gravy. And I'll show you how I do that. And this is how you test to see if the grease is not quite hot enough yet. But it's heading that way. Now, if you're doing thin pork chops, I would say maybe 5 to 7 minutes on each side. But as you can see, these are pretty thick. So it's going to take them a little bit longer. Once I get them in the skillet, then I'll turn it down because iron skillets hold heat a lot faster. Okay, so they are ready. So we are going to put them in there. And I'm not sure that I can get all of them in this skillet. It's not a very big skillet. I'd like to have a bigger, like a chicken fryer. I've been looking for one of those. And it looks like I can only get about 3 of them in there. Sorry about that. Every time my phone rings, it cuts me off. And I've got it on Do Not Disturb, but it doesn't do any good. And I've got my heat on medium. I got a gas stove, so I'm down on number 6 gas stove. And I don't want my grease to get burnt because I'm going to make gravy. And you don't want burnt gravy. But that's what we're having to dinner tonight is fried pork chops, mashed potatoes, and some carrots, and some biscuits, and gravy. Love that. And if there's any left over, that's what we'll have tomorrow night. We don't throw nothing away here. Kind of hoping I could get another one in there, but I am going to try to squeeze this one in. Maybe I can turn it around this way. Yeah, that'll work. Squeeze that four. Yeah, that worked perfect. See that? Now I got all 4 of them in there. Yep. I think a lot of time it almost becomes a chore to figure out what a person's going to have. I always try to fix enough to where we can have leftovers for the next day. That way I don't have to do a whole lot of cooking. But cooking, I love to cook. And I love to try new recipes. So, all of you out there, share your recipes. And I'll fix it and I will put it on video for you. We'll see how this all turns out. I don't know if y'all seen that video of me out there catching that weasel. It was a weasel, poor little thing. It didn't live. But I tried to save it. Well, I got interrupted again. It seems like no one calls me until I'm doing a video. That's Murphy's Law. Always. So now I'm getting ready to put some butter in my carrots. I also like to put a little brown sugar in my carrots. My mother always called them candied carrots. And you only want to put about a tablespoon of brown sugar in the carrots. That's it. If you can't get your kids to eat carrots, add a little brown sugar to them, and they will love them. There's a trick for everything. Well, these are smelling good. You know, and I know a lot of people that don't like to cook in these iron skillets, and I'm telling you, they're the best. For pork chops, fried chicken, and they're not hard to clean, they're easy to clean. They are heavy. My mom, I think she was 89 when she passed away, but she got where she couldn't lift on the iron skillets. So I got this one from her. I got another iron skillet. I got it at flea market, I believe it was. Flea market or auction. But you don't want to rush pork chops or chicken as far as that goes. Because you want the pork to get all the way done. And all the crumblies, all the crumbs that you get in this skillet you want to keep. That's what's going to flavor your gravy. So when I get ready to flip these, and I'll do these mashed potatoes, I will get back with you. Okay, I think they're done on this side. Flip them over. Like I said, these are really thick, so you don't want to cook these fast or they will burn. Look at that. Woo. Wow, smells so good. But this is how we country folk cook. Nothing fancy. Don't need anything fancy. It's too daggone fancy. Takes too much daggone work. It doesn't taste as good, in my opinion. And some make the gravy and just pour over the pork chops and then let them simmer and smother in that gravy, but I don't do it that way. I have. But can y'all see that? Look at that. That looks very inviting. I wish you could smell it. One thing about cooking, your mind is just focused on cooking and nothing else. Very relaxing. To me, the hardest part is the cleanup. You have to do all the dishes, and even though I have a dishwasher, I don't use it. This is the best part, crunchy. Oh yeah, I'm gonna eat that. You bet your bottom dollar I'm gonna eat that. Oh yeah. Why is that almost tasting like a chicken liver? Y'all like chicken liver? Potatoes are getting there, almost. I'll get right back with you. Okay, we are back. The pork chops are done. And I must put these on a plate. I want you to look at that. Doesn't that look awesome? Yeah, well, my phone went off again. I got the pork chops out. I have turned the heat up on the skillet because I want that to get real good and hot. I've left the drippings in the skillet. Here's what's good. Now I'm using the flour because I'm not going to throw this away. This is what I dipped my pork chops in and floured my pork chops. So I'm going to use that. I'm just going to dump all that in that hot oil. And you just want to keep stirring that around. You got to stir it around so you don't get that floury taste. And there is a lot of people out there that cannot make gravy. And I have a daughter that, for one, she cannot make gravy. She has tried and tried, just can't do it. But the trick of it is, don't leave it. You gotta stand here. And you gotta keep that stirred around and around. I think I could use a little bit more flour. But you want to keep stirring this. And I hope you can see this. You can have white gravy or you can have brown gravy. If you want brown gravy, you have to let this get real dark and then put your milk in it. And I'm sorry about this keep cutting off, but I keep getting a phone call and they don't know when to quit. Like I said, I've got this up on high. My potatoes are almost done. I'm turning my carrots down. I have put the biscuits in my little toaster oven. I had to check them and make sure they weren't burning. Now I think I'm ready for my milk. And I've got, I don't know, 2/3 cup. 2/3 of a carton. And you want to pour this in slowly. You don't want to pour it all at once. Just keep stirring that around. And it will get thick. That's why you cannot leave the gravy. I always like to use a slotted, as you can see. That helps mash that down. I think I'm going to have some more. So, as you can see, the gravy is done. Good consistency. Waiting for the biscuits. Okay, so that is how you make gravy and basic pork chops. I'm going to have to put, I definitely will need salt in this and pepper. And I hope y'all, that people out there that don't know how to make gravy, I hope you learned something from this video. And I was glad to help you. So don't forget to like, comment, and share my video. Y'all have a blessed evening.